Hello Sugarplums, welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's DIY, I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful reversible coaster. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to be making a reversible coaster where you can use two coasters in one. I call it two-face. Okay guys, now as you can see, this is such a beautiful coaster. This is one side and this is the other side. It's super easy to make. It takes a little bit longer to do because you're making two coasters in one, so you gonna need to have a little bit more time, there. So but we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it, and I'm gonna be showing you how to make this beautiful coaster. Now we're gonna need a few things. Now I'm gonna be using the mold that I made before, as well as the crystal cluster crystals that I grew before. I have a video for each one of them, guys. I'll leave for you the video link in the description box below, so if you want to make your own, just go ahead and check it out. Also leave everything that I use in the description box video for you guys if you want to go ahead and check them, and most of them I got from Amazon or I made them myself. Now we're going to be using a few things. We're going to be also using some glitter from Let's Resin. We're going to be using some mica powder from both Black Diamond and Alritz, and also we're gonna be using some pen. I have a pen from Krylon, and this is their 18 karat gold, and also I have a pen from Artista, and this is a paint. It's a black acrylic paint. Now you know the reason I'm using, guys. I use the Pro Marine Supply epoxy. That's what I always use, so no need for you to show this again. Now what I did, I mixed my epoxy clear, and then I go and separate it in different cups, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and put a very coat on the bottom part to start our first coaster. Now we're gonna go ahead and let it sit down while we are going and mix the different stuff that we're gonna be using. I'm gonna be using my torch to pop the bubbles. I'm using it on a very low setting, guys. Don't try to burn your mold when doing that, so be extremely careful. Well, we're gonna go ahead and let it sit, because when we go add our crystal in it, we don't want the crystal to sit down. We want a crystal to stay level because we want to have a very smooth back. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mix all my my product in some resin in a small medicine cups. Again, guys, everything that I use, I'm gonna be leaving for you in the description box below, either the link for the video or the link where you can get it on Amazon. Now I'm gonna go ahead with like a little piece of my crystal cup cluster crystals that I made, guys, and I'm using different colors. We want the bottom coaster to be super beautiful, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and add my crystals, and then I'm gonna go also with some acrylic, plastic acrylic crystal, and this is the clear one. This one came with 3 different sizes. We're gonna add a few of them, and we are mostly focusing to stay with the blank in the center of the coasters. And I'm also gonna be using some small like metallic rose gold acrylic, also loose gem also, and then we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle some more clear epoxy on top of them. Now keep in mind that my epoxy been sitting there for at least 10 minutes, so it started to thicken, which is what we need, because we don't want those gem to move all over the places. We want them to stay mostly in the center of our coasters. Now I'm gonna go ahead and heat it up again with the torch, blow out any bubbles, and then now I'm gonna go ahead with the mixture of all the product that I use, acrylic paint, mica powder, glitter. We're gonna go ahead and start adding them to a coaster. Now again, guys, this is gonna be a 2-in-1 coaster. I never seen this before. I wanted to make it, so I am so happy with the result, and I'm pretty sure, guys, you're gonna love it too. So thank you so much for watching. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my mixture of epoxy. As you can see, again, my epoxy, I highly suggest, if you're gonna do that, to prevent a lot of movement for the colors to mix too much together. If you're trying to go with like like a set of like how you want them to look. Leave your epoxy to sit for a while before you start adding them. That way you can have like a distinct line where you want, you know, your colors to be. Now I'm gonna keep going and adding more of the glitters, more of the colors that we had mixed before, and then again we're gonna hit it with the torch and then blow any bubbles. And then I'm gonna go with my heat gun and on a low setting, because again you don't want to burn your coaster mold, so be extremely careful if your heat gun, it can be super hot. So that's why I'm using it on a very low setting, and it's just going really fast, kind of, you know, heat up the epoxy, mix them a little bit so the colors can be nice and, you know, blended together. And then I'm gonna hit it again with my heat gun, my torch, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let it sit for 8 hours. Yes, I started doing this in the morning, so I'm gonna let it sit for 8 hours so that way my epoxy start curing. Now this is 8 hours later. My epoxy coasters, it's already cured, but it's still very flexible, but you can touch it perfectly fine, so which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and look at it, turn it and see how the bottom's gonna be looking, because again, this is the bottom, this is what we are interested in, not the top part, because remember we are doing 2 coasters. So this is the bottom, and I'm very satisfied with how the bottom look. Again, my bottom look very matte because the silicone mat that I use to do my coasters, my mold is a matte flat surface. Now if you want your mold to have like a you know, a very shiny surface, make sure that whatever you're using to put the mold, to construct the mold, it have like a very shiny surface. Now I want my bottom part to have like a shiny surface. Later on we'll go out and sand it and add a clear coat on it, so that's not a problem. But the problem, you know, what matters is we have a very nice smooth surface. The crystal then come you know, sip to the at the bottom of the epoxy. Now we are safe. We are mostly done with our, you know, the bottom part of a coaster, which is coaster number 1. Now we're gonna go ahead and start working on coaster number 2, guys. I know it's a lot, but you know, it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my coaster number 2. I'm gonna be using my pen. I'm gonna be doing some line, and I'm just gonna be doing very basic gold and black line, guys. Those lines only gonna be showing up on only on one side of the coasters, only on coaster number 1 or coaster number 2, whichever you want to put it up. It's only gonna be showing on one side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my line, you know, black and white here and there, and then until I'm satisfied with all my line. And then once we are satisfied, I'm gonna go ahead and put the coaster back inside the mold, and we're gonna go and start working by adding, you know, glitters and stone for the second coaster, and then that's it. As you can see, guys, again, you can add any color you want, but I wanted to keep it simple because I'm going like a very gold color for the second one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my blangy, you know, epoxy mixture. Now I went and did like a purple, and this is like a bluish purple, and I also did like a silver gold. And now those glitter from Let's Resin, they are very holographic. They kind of change colors also, so make sure that you choose the right one that you want to put. I'll leave the link for everything in the description box below. Also, I went and mixed some of my rose gold metallic loose gem with a little bit of crushed glass from Mica, and then I mixed them with a little bit of the epoxy because I want them to stay in the center. So that's why I mixed them, so making sure they're gonna stick there, they're not gonna move too much. We don't want them to move. We want the stones to be in the center of this coaster, just like we did for the first one. Once I'm satisfied and added all my my loose gems, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my purple glitter mix. Now we're gonna go and add it on top of the loose gem and then save a little bit for later on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there to thicken for like about 10 minutes, because we want to move all the stones back to the center. We don't want the stone to be all over the place. We want them to be only in the center of the coaster. Now once we make sure that the stones are like not moving anymore, the epoxy start to set, we're gonna go ahead and start adding more colors. Now I'm gonna go with my gold epoxy glitter mix, and I'm gonna be adding it all around, and then do a little circle on it. And again guys, this is glitter. It's gonna be it will set down in between the stone, so you'll be able to see the lines that we had earlier on, but it's gonna be so beautiful. Now once I finish adding that, I added a little bit of the bluish purplish epoxy that we had left on the outer edge, and then again we're gonna hit it with the torch and then with the heat gun on low setting again, and then this time I'm gonna cover the whole thing and let it cure overnight. Now the reason I let this cure overnight before I add like the clear coat on top of it is because we don't want the clear coat to have any glitter on it. We want this part to set and stay in the center, because we want when I look at the coaster, I want to have that clear surface, and then I can see the glitter bed under. Now again, if you're gonna do like a reversible coaster, I suggest that you have a very deep mold. My mold is very deep, it's not shallow, so that way I can easily do my coaster and have plenty of room left to add my top coat. So this is the next morning. Again, that's like day number 3, I believe. My coaster is like completely cured. Again, the recommended time for complete cure is 72 hours, but right now it's hard enough for you to touch and move and do all this jazz with it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my clear coat, and you can see how deep my mold is, guys. You look how much epoxy I'm adding to it. Then I'm gonna fill up the whole mold to the top, and then that's it. We're gonna hit it with the torch, and then we're gonna let it cure for 24 hours. So that's 4 days total. We've been working on it. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cure for another full 24 hours, guys. That's why I say if you're gonna be doing that, make sure you have like enough time to do it, so don't rush the process. Now this is day number 4. My coaster is completely cured, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. Now I'm showing you what it looks like, and you can see for coaster number 2, you can see the clear top doesn't have any glitter showing on it. It doesn't have like any stone rising to the surface. That's what we want. We want that clear top part, and then everything is in the center. Now you can see from my mold, I have like that low rough part on the side, and of course the bottom part is not clear the way we want the top part is. So I'm gonna go ahead with a 220 grit paper, sandpaper, and I'm gonna go and doing like a wet sanding for the edges and the bottom coaster as well. And I also went and do like remove the top coaster had a little lip like that was a little bit sharp to the touch. I also went and lightly smooth it out, so right now the whole thing is very nice and smooth to the touch, which is what we're going for. Once we're done, I went and cleaned the whole thing with some alcohol, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and tie the whole thing together. And the way I'm gonna do that is by doing the side of the coaster with my liquid gold 18 karat acrylic pen. Again guys, this is from Krylon. I'll leave the link for you in the description box below. Now the reason that I want to do this, because when you look at the coaster, if you don't tie the side together, it will kind of give away that this is two coaster, because the top part is one color and the bottom part is one color. So I wanted and go and tie the whole thing together by making the whole edges gold, and I think it looks beautiful. Now once we finish doing that, we're gonna go ahead and let this completely dry before we will put like a top coat of epoxy on, you know, on it, because you don't want to have like gold epoxy dripping everywhere. So I'm gonna be showing you guys, if you have any, you know, of the gold pin that got into the surface and you don't want it, just go and clear it with some alcohol, like a tissue paper with some alcohol or some alcohol wipe, and it will come right off, as long as it's not dry yet. Now I'm showing you what it looks like. I went and let this cure completely, dry completely, and then now I made a tiny little bit of epoxy in some medicine cup, and then I'm using my glove finger, dipping my finger into the epoxy and gently, you know, top coat everything. Now you don't want to be pouring epoxy on top of the, you know, the bottom part of the coaster, because otherwise it will drip down and mess up your second coaster. So that's why you can either use your, you know, your glove finger or like a brush to just brush the surface. Everything is already smooth and you know, sanded down. So all you have to do is top coat it and make it shine to give the bottom part like the shine that it deserves. So I'm just gonna go and do that. And then I'm gonna be showing you a close-up to what it looks like, and then again we're gonna let it cure overnight for another day. So it took me 5 days total for the coaster to be completely cured and finished, but guys, let me tell you, it was worth it. And I'm making sure, guys, one other thing that I want to make sure that you know, that when you do this step, make sure you keep an eye on it, just in case you have like some low drip of epoxy that try to go down on the other coaster. All you have to do is make sure you have like an alcohol wipe and wipe it off before. Don't let that cure. So make sure you keep an eye on it for the first 2 hours, and then everything will set. And then that's it, guys. And once everything is cured overnight, we are done. And I'm gonna be showing you what it looks like the next morning, and I was super happy. And guys, this is the next morning, and you can see how the bottom coaster shine now. It's a beautiful. Now you don't have to go through all of this if your mold that you're using have like a, you know, glossy finish. You don't have to go and top it off, but it doesn't matter, guys. I'm so happy with how my reversible coaster look like, and I call it again two-faced. And it is two-faced because they look completely different. It look like you have two different set of coaster. Look at this beautiful, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Again, make sure you keep checking on my channel if for all the shorts that I've been adding, you know, for, you know, a little preview of what's to come, of what I already have on my channel. And guys, thank you so much for being here. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment. I really appreciate that. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always being here. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, guys. I love you so much. And again, guys, I will see you soon for another video. Also, guys, I wanted to let you know that our new upload time is gonna be on Sunday and Wednesday instead of Saturday and Tuesday. So new upload time is gonna be Sunday and Wednesday, guys. I love you so much. I'll see you on the next video, guys. And as always, you know the drill. Be blessed and stay blessed. Bye, guys. I love you. Mwah. Bye.